Yes, good evening. Yes, my first daughter, my daughter, she's the only daughter actually that I have. My other children are boys. So she's actually 14 now, and I thought to do a live video explaining, because she was the reason why I actually resigned from my job. Thank you for joining me. She was actually the reason why I left my paid job 14 years ago. I left my paid job 14 years ago because of my daughter. So I'm doing this just to celebrate, just a reminder of all what have happened in the last. And I had to stop working because at that time I felt I needed more time for my family. At that time I just had I was pregnant. I just had her, so I felt I needed more time for my baby and my husband. So I resigned and I left the paid job. And a lot of things went through my mind when I was leaving. So I thought to encourage one or two persons that have been having this issue, or they've been sitting on the fence thinking, should I opt out? Should I start a business? And you've been on that fence for a long time. So I thought to encourage you today with what I'll be sharing. And if you know anyone that is on that verge of, should I continue to be an entrepreneur or should I start my own business, you can quickly send them a message to just join this live class right away. So thank you for joining, everyone joining. Anyone, if you are new on my page, my name is Nancy Nnadi. Hi, thank you for joining. I help business owners move from a place of no money syndromes to surplus. So no matter where your business is and no matter what you think you are currently making, bringing me into your business is to multiply it, to double it, and it's not a joke. And that's true. I have a lot of reviews on my page to actually validate what I have said. So today I'm going to speak on what is holding you back from starting out. This is the best time to get started. I've been thinking, a lot of ideas keep coming to my mind. I have to start sharing some of them with people. I remember some months ago, I got a lot of ideas and I penned them down, and I'm like, Nancy, you already have 4 businesses already. How many business will you do? So I said, okay, let me hold on. And I had the Holy Spirit telling me clearly that particular business is not for you, it's for someone. And like few months later, somebody contacted me on Instagram. I was like, I'm fed up with my business, and I actually helped her through, and today she's smiling, making good money in the business she has started. About 2 people like that, and they have good review for me. Their review is already on my page. So today, why I decided to do this class is to share my experience of 14 years why I left my paid job to start my business, because my daughter actually celebrated her 14th year birthday. I tried not to put it on my page for some special reasons. I just want her not to be on my page all the time. So, but I said, let me share with people. You might be on the fence thinking, should I continue? Should I start? And also, if you stay till the end, if you're already having an existing business, I will also be sharing with you those things that is holding you back, that is making you not to grow your business into the amount you never imagined. Let me tell you, all these things you see people share, they are real. Your business can actually go. I had an accountability session today, and my participants, they were blown away. They were like, oh, let me tell you, if you cannot see it, you cannot have it. If you keep thinking your business is 500,000 and you've not been able to see 100 million, you can't get there. So you must see it first before you get there. So let's dive into the reason why I am doing this live class. So 14 years ago, I started my first business, my airtime business, because I wanted to have time for my daughter and my husband at that time. And I realized that, so as I was in between, should I resign? Thank you for joining. Should I resign or should I continue to work? And I thought of that throughout that period, but one certain morning I made up my mind to say I'm going to leave my paid job and go and start my own business. Do I do giveaway? Okay, I do sometimes. I do, yeah. So I thought of, okay, let going to start my business. I will start it. And I told my husband that, see that I want to resign. I want to start my own business. And he said, I don't want you to resign. I said this and people will laugh. He said, I don't want you to resign. I love the fact that you are going to the office. I told him, I'm going to start a business. He said, no, that I love the fact that I am working. I'm working in a corporate setting. I was like, oh my God. So I could not resign. I held on to, I was still working because that's what he wanted. And I was praying every day. I was telling God, Father, touch his heart. Please, I need him to just allow me start my business. I need him. Holy Spirit, talk to him. So let me say, like a few days later, he called me and he said, you said you want to resign. I said, yes. It's okay. I give you my consent. You can go ahead. There's no problem. And I actually tendered my resignation letter in my office, and I was paid off, and I resigned. So after I resigned, I started doing research of what kind of business can I start. And there was a lot of things in my mind at that time. I had about 5 different businesses I wanted to start at that time. So I wrote them down in my journals. Every day I'm doing research, trying to know what I need to do to ensure I start up and scale up. And that's why I said I have a product I call Start Up and Scale Up. You start up and you start making remarkable progress from day one. You don't have to be in business for donkey years before you start making results or before you start progressing. But people think all those things are mindset block. Hey, your business might not start making money at the initial stage, but don't have that mindset block that until my business get to 10 years before I will make money, until I get to 6 years. Let your mind be as open as possible, and let your mind be open that you can receive anything that comes your way. But my own mindset is, if I start my business today and I put in all what I need to put in it, I'll start making sales from day one. And that is my story. My story is clear. I live in my offices is in Lagos here, and I've been able to work with, at least I have about 5 people that have done one-on-one with me, that started making money from day one. 2 of them are online, 3 of them they're online, but their businesses are offline. So these things work if you understand the principles with it. You just apply and you get your results. These things are real. So that was how I started researching on what business will I do. Okay, I still thought, which business do I want to do? Which one do I like? So I had 5 businesses on my list. So I was discussing with my husband that very day. He came back from work, and I showed him, look at these 5 businesses. This is what is in my mind. I feel I want to do. And I said, which one do you really like? I said, I like all of them, because all of them all of them are in the same industry somehow. They are all product-based business. It's just that the item differs. So he now said, but I prefer this because this one has high demand. And I said, okay, let me just go with that. So I picked that up and I started the business. Let me tell you at this point if you are here and you're about to start a business and you've been wondering, I don't know what to do, I'm confused. The fact that you need to do physical research, you need to understand what the market demand is saying, you need to understand the strategies you need to use to launch out, you also need God. The God factor is key in these things that we're saying. And I've forgotten that prior to that time, I've prayed and asked for God's face concerning the business I should do. And the Lord told me actually that, I remember then I was like in a trance in my office. I won't forget, because I was in a trance. Then I was not married. I was just crying like, what kind of poverty family did I come from, that everything is all stressed up? You can't go to school. I was working, I was paying my school fees myself. The whole work was stressful, the whole life was so demanding. So that afternoon I was just crying. Actually, what happened that afternoon was a colleague of mine that we normally drop me offline. Thank you, Susan, for joining. That will normally drop me offline when I'm going to the office, to the school, because I was doing part-time. I did part-time. So I didn't know you wanted to ask me out. I didn't know you wanted me. So I was just doing it. I would enter his car and he would drop me. So immediately he approached me and I said no. So he stopped picking me. So on that fateful day, I stood outside. I just took my life like, well, yeah, I'm not entitled to him taking me there, even though I know that's the way to his home. I'm not entitled to it. So I continue my life. So on that fateful afternoon, I stood outside the office trying to get a taxi to my school. And he drove out of the office compound, and that day it rained heavily, and he splashed me muddy water. He splashed me water. I was like, what kind of thing is this? So I went back inside the office and I started crying. That day I sat down and I cried and I said, God, the poverty in this my family is too much. How can you take my family out of this? When I was crying, I went into trance and I heard a voice from the Lord, and he said, go into recharge card, I will bless you. So when I started my airtime business, I've even forgotten. And why am I sharing this with you? Especially for us that are Christians. We keep thinking, hey, I'm waiting for God's face. I want God to speak. Even though God has spoken, your part is important. You must do your part. You must do. If God has told me, Nancy, go into recharge card, I will bless you, and I did not do all I needed to do in it, I will still fail. Let me repeat this statement. If God has told me what he wanted me to do as a business, and I did not do all what I needed to do, I will still fail. So the truth is, God can give you a word or tell you what he wants you to do. You still need to do your part. Your part is very, very key. So I started out. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. So I started out, and started putting in all my energy, putting in the work I needed to do, and my business name, in less than 3 months, my business name was everywhere in the telecom industry. Wherever you are now, if you are in Lagos, wherever territory you are, if you go and ask of my big brand, they will tell you. I might not be knowing the whole world, but in the telecom industry, in that particular distribution industry, I am well known. And the truth is, there are strategies that helps you get visibility on time in business. And I want to let you know that your visibility is tied to how much money you can make in business. Don't ever overlook it. A lot of people keep doing every other thing and neglect that part. It is key to the growth of your business. It is very key to the growth of your business. That was how I started, and I started making sales. And on the first day of my business, I made sales of over ₦1 million. I was shocked. The truth is, I didn't start with that amount. I started with 600,000, but I made sales of, I went to restock that same day 3 times. And you can see how stressful it is. Remember, I told you that I stopped working because I didn't want to be getting home late. I never knew the deal I got with my starting my business is going to even be far more demanding than my work. So I realized I was even getting late. I was getting home more late than when I was working. And this one, I was thinking for the business, I could not even do anything. I realized everything was even more demanding than my work. That was when I later implemented structure and I could fix that. But that's not the purpose for this class. The purpose for this class is to help people out on the fence, thinking, should I jump in? Should I jump out? What should I do? I'm tired. Can I start? Because this is the best time. COVID-19 is already here. A lot of people will be losing their jobs. A lot of people will be losing jobs. So, and a lot of jobs will be going virtual. And going virtual will be reducing cost for business owners. So some jobs will be, some people will be laid off. Because I've started engaging entrepreneurs. Some of my one-on-one clients, they will call, Coach Nancy, I can't pay my staff this one. I will say, that's how I've always told you to set aside. That is why you need to be great with money and grow rich, so that you understand that even in the Bible, there is time in every business. There is what we call the time of plenty. There is also the time of famine. If the time of famine come and you have not made preparation in the time of plenty, you will be caught up. You will be caught up. There are principles that help you achieve all these things I'm saying. So if you want to learn how to plan very well and be great with money, you can join me this Saturday. I'm having a webinar. It's actually seriously subsidized. It's coming in for 10,000 naira. It's coming in for 10,000 naira. I'm having a webinar this Saturday to teach you how to be great with money. I started my business with 600,000. After a year, I was robbed and they took away everything. And I started all over again. And I started with zero, and I was able to build it in 2 years to 20 million. In the upcoming year, now my business is worth more than multiples of millions. And I'm here to encourage you that you sitting down can actually build wealth in your business. You can grow that business. What is your mindset concerning your business? How much do you think your business can ever worth? You know, people sit down and say, you see some people, they are not saying it, but their body language, their body language, everything is saying, this business cannot even grow. You have the power to either make it grow or make it remain stagnant. It is in your hand. It is not in anybody's hand. You are solely responsible for the growth of your business. You are solely responsible for the growth of your business. I had an accountability session today, and I remember I shared a post about one of my clients that attended my webinar, the last webinar I did, and she said, Coach Nancy, you don't know what you have done for me. She said when we had the accountability session today, she explained better in verbally, and she said capital has doubled in just 1 month, just by implementing some of these keys and principles I've taught her. Some of these things, experience is, you can't, let me tell you, I used to tell people, you don't need to fail to succeed, because some people have already failed before and now they are succeeding, so you just need to learn from them and implement. And when she told me, I was so happy, and she said, Coach Nancy, do you know what? I've checked my net worth again. That simple template you gave me is helping me. I've added up more, another half of what I added the previous month.